welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittney and I am a content creator and UGC creator that creates content and provides tips and tricks for new and beginning content creators as well as UGC creators, and I also do a little bit of productivity tips in the mix as well. Today's video is going to be another video on some UGC tips for beginners to get started in their UGC journey. But before we go ahead and get started, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and also turn on your push notifications so you know exactly what I'm posting. So we're going to get right into it. The very first tip I have for going into UGC is to not go in strictly and solely for the money. Do not start UGC just because you've seen all the girls on TikTok say you can make $10,000 a month with doing UGC. Don't make that the sole reason that you go into UGC, because you're not going to get anything out of it, and you're definitely not going to make that 10K a month that you're seeing other people saying that they get. Instead of being money driven when it comes to starting UGC, definitely go into it if it's something that you actually like to do. If you like to create content, if you feel like you can showcase brands and showcase products and, you know, the way you would use them and stuff, go into it. If you genuinely have an interest in that, definitely do not go into it for the money, because you will definitely most likely get disappointed. And it's a lot to learn when becoming a UGC creator that is glossed over when, you know, those people on TikTok or Instagram are telling you how great it is. They don't ever tell you, you know, the real work and stuff that has to get put behind it. So if you're trying to get into UGC just for the money, it's likely not going to work out for you the way you hope. So make sure you have a genuine interest and, you know, passion for whatever it is, whatever niche you're trying to get into when it comes to UGC. The next tip I would suggest for new UGC creators is to just take it one step at a time. You're not going to know everything that you should know when you first start. Definitely do some research on what it is you need when you need to get started, and, you know, platforms to sign up for, creating a portfolio, all that good stuff. But like, just take it one step at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So you know, not knowing everything you need to get started and you're just excited to get started, that is definitely okay. That is what I did, and I literally just learning along the way. You can switch up your niche if need be, because at the end of the day, it's something that you're doing. Nobody is telling you to do this. So if you want to switch it up and you want to do skincare, and then you're like, okay, I'm tired of doing skincare stuff, I want to do tech, like, just make sure to do that transition kind of in your content to let people know that, hey, I'm no longer doing this, and that, and I want to do this, and this. So definitely take your time with it. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be something that is dreadful and can stress you out, even though it can stress you out a little bit, but it's still supposed to be the fun in it, and the enjoyment in it should definitely outweigh the stress part, because the stress part only comes because you're wanting to put out the best that you can do. And that is also kind of tied into taking it one step at a time, because learning different editing tips, filming tips, angles, getting all your equipment, all that stuff can be a little bit, you know, much in the beginning. But definitely just take your time. Nobody is rushing you. Everybody moves at their own pace, and, you know, your pace may be different than another person's pace, or you guys can maybe start at completely different times and, you know, situations in life, and, you know, everybody is different. So not one UGC journey and content creator journey is not going to be the same. Keep that in mind. Another thing I would suggest, or a tip I would suggest for new UGC creators getting in the UGC space, is to say yes to opportunities that come your way in the beginning. Like I said, if you're coming in here thinking you're about to make $10,000 every month because you make UGC content, don't think like that. You're wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but don't go in expecting it to happen. Because if you already don't have a content creator background, you don't have, like, you know, a good following, good engagement, you know, people that are actively already on your page, it's likely that brands won't want to pay you right away, which is fine. They don't know you, you know, no one really knows your page like that, you know, you don't got a lot of traction, and brands aren't going to want to pay for content on, you know, pages that, you know, barely have any traction, followers, engagement, or what have you. But a way to build up your portfolio, your content, your social medias, is to post content. I've said this before, you can take products around your house, face wash, lotion, perfume, jewelry, clothing, stuff you already own, and you can create UGC from it, tag the brands, that's UGC. And there's also where you can accept gifted collaborations. I know people tell you not to accept gifted collaborations, but those people that tell you that are people that have taken gifted collaborations when they first started, and they feel like they're at the point in their UGC journey where they don't have to take gifted collabs, and it's all about like, hey, if I'm going to create content for you, you're going to pay me, and you're going to pay me this, and that, so I can get this, and that per month. They've already gone through the beginner and intermediate stages, and they're closer to expert and are able to get paid off of almost every deal that they complete. But when you're first starting out, it is not the case, and you are going to have to take gifted collaborations. There's nothing wrong with gifted collaborations. And if you don't already know what a gifted collaboration is when it comes to being a UGC and your content creator, is when a brand reaches out, say, hey, we can send you this product in exchange for an Instagram reel, or in exchange for a TikTok post, or in some cases they'll also ask if you do have a YouTube to do like a little dedicated video or segment in a part of whatever YouTube video that you have. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with gift collaborations. They're just sending you a product, and in exchange you just create some content for them. It's, they're not paying you anything. Your compensation is just a product, and you're just creating the content. That's, in my book, pretty much like creating your own content from stuff you already own. The only difference here is that you are actually having an interaction with a brand, to prepare you for those paid collaborations that come in, because it's going to be the same way. The only difference is they're going to say, hey, we can pay you this, or what's your price for, whatever particular type of content that they're asking for. So I don't see anything wrong with gifted collaborations. Even now, and I am like a year into my UGC journey, I don't see anything wrong with it, especially if, you actually have use for the product, and, it's something that will be liked once you share it across your social media platforms. So definitely say yes to opportunities in the beginning. It's just to get your feet wet, build up your portfolio, build up your social media accounts, and kind of get you in the know of the processes that goes along with having a brand partnership or collaboration. Another tip I have is to keep a list of the brands that you've worked with. This will save you so much time in the beginning, because you're new, and not a lot of people are going to even respond to you a lot of the times. But if you can keep track of, I sent this brand this email this day, I follow up with this brand this day, and this is my, just keep track of that. So if you don't hear anything the first time around, try in a couple months, couple weeks. Things may change. You might even hear back from somebody that you didn't even know you reached out to long ago. Like, it's likely that they do see your emails, but it's almost always you won't get a reply. But it's not that they won't see your email. It's just they might not need you at a particular point in time. But definitely keep track, and just get Notion. That's how I keep track. I don't know no other way to keep track unless you want to physically write it out or have a, like notes app and stuff. But I can get a little bit hectic, I feel like. But I just have mine all stored in Notion, and every time I get a new one, I just add it to the list. If it's paid, if it's gifted, what I got, and what they wanted. So definitely keep track of that and keep everything organized so you can know exactly what's in place. I feel like this tip is just as big as the tip I gave about not going into UGC thinking you're going to make X amount of money. This tip, I feel, is very, very important, especially when you're starting out, because you're seeing everything from everywhere. You're starting using the hashtags now, and you're just seeing a whole lot of content within the UGC space. Do not spread yourself too thin, okay? There are a ton of platforms, apps, websites, that you can be a part of when it comes to UGC. And if you sign up for all of those, especially when you're starting out and you're trying to get deals over here, you're trying to sign up for campaigns over here, you're trying to reach out to brands over here, you are going to get overwhelmed. Trust me, I've been there. You are definitely going to get overwhelmed. So save yourself the headache. Get you 3 to 5 platforms, the websites that you actually use. Test them out if you want to, but don't try to be on all of these at once, because it will drive you insane. And I don't want that for you. So definitely take your time. Like I said, take your time. It's not a race, there's nobody that you're in competition with. So definitely take your time, find the right platforms and websites that actually work for you, and go from there. Just definitely do not spread yourself too thin, because that's going to make you overwhelmed and likely want to give up. So I don't recommend that. Take your time, figure out what it is that you want to be a part of, and go from there. Another tip that I have for UGC creators that are just getting started is to definitely try to build an audience first. When you are seeing all the TikToks and the reels about the girlies who are in UGC and they make X amount of money and they don't have to post on their page, they're just, strictly working with the brand, and they're sending their content to the brand and, not having any posts on their own page. In the beginning, that's not the case, okay? That's not the case. In the start, it's likely that you're going to have to post the content that you're creating for the brand on your own personal social accounts, which means you're going to have some people or some traction on your social accounts already. You can't have 20 followers and, no comments, no likes, and brands are going to want to pay you. That is a misconception that almost every UGC creator says to real and new people to get into UGC. That's why a lot of people get out of UGC, because it's definitely sugar coated, and it's highly sugar coated. I'm telling you here, I'm going to tell you, build an audience, build a following, build engagement, all that good stuff. Create content on your own without having brands. Create tips or just anything that is within your niche. Create some content on it. Get some followers to your page. Get some engagement to your page. Like, build your own little community so you can know that when you do reach out to brands and they look at your social media accounts, they can say, okay, well, she does post quite often. She does get a decent amount of engagement on her posts. People like, share, comment, and she also has like a decent amount of following, or he also has a decent amount of following. So definitely don't go in with like 0 followers, because that's what all of them influencers tell you. It's not the case. You're likely not going to get a lot of work. You're probably going to get a lot of gifted, because you're not having any engagement on your page for people to see, So that is definitely a UGC misconception, and you do kind of need a following. You kind of need engagement. You kind of need to already have something built, so when brands take a look at your social accounts, they can see that you actually have, some type of engagement. So when you do post about their product, it's going to get seen, it's going to get interacted with, and it's going to be a possibility that one of the followers or people that are engaged in your post will likely want to get the product and or service that is being showed in your content. So definitely keep that in mind. Another thing, and I think my last tip for today's video, is going to be, don't stop learning. UGC is definitely not a one and done type thing. Once you get into it, you know everything about it and you don't need to learn anymore. That is definitely wrong. You may need to, figure out how to pitch to brands or get better with your pitches. You need to maybe learn new content styles, new editing styles. Like, it's constant learn. I'm not saying to sign up for everybody masterclass, because they are getting paid. You're paying them to be in the masterclass. Okay? They might not even be getting a whole lot of UGC deals for real, because they're getting all these people to pay for masterclasses and workshops and, pitch templates and all that. So also keep that in mind. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I am not going to lie to y'all. You guys are making them money when they are supposedly teaching you what it is, that you should be able to learn for free. There's a whole lot of resources that you can learn about UGC, or you can learn about, content styles, editing styles, filming styles, all that, and more. There's a whole lot of resources where you can learn all this stuff for free, so you don't have to be paying an arm and a leg for someone's masterclass just to feel like you haven't even learned anything. So also keep that in mind. Do not spread yourself too thin. Continue learning. It's never a point in UGC or in anything in life, low-key, that you have to just stop learning for. Continue learning. Take your time. Go at your own pace. And you'll get to where you want to eventually if you continue to put in the hard work. And there you have it. Those are some more tips I have for new and beginning UGC creators to get started in their UGC journey. There's probably definitely going to be a lot more of these videos that come up, because like I always say, as I learn, I come and share. So definitely be on the lookout for more tips for tips and tricks for UGC. Like I said, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I don't gatekeep anything. That all being said, you have reached the end of today's video. If you found this video helpful, do leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and hit your push notification bell so you know exactly when I'm posting, which is Fridays 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also leave me a comment down below what's your favorite tip or something that you didn't know when it comes to UGC creation and UGC journeys in a whole. Let me know down below. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next video. Peace.